remember, watch your fingers, and we don't want to touch him too much because you might have, we might give him germs. You are, he didn't get crushed. We just see a lot of turtles crushed in the road because they're so slow. Question is, are you running from the high water or back to it? No way of knowing. He's on this side of the road, but he might have just started boogieing back when he heard us. Get out of the road, kid. You thinking down, huh? Because the storms are over now and it's all mellowing back out. They have to kind of flee. Okay. Well, that's what we'll do. Just in case. He already fought his way up this hill. I don't want to put him too far down because he'll just turn around and climb back over and hopefully not get hit. But if he is heading downhill, then he has that option, and we've already crossed the expanse. C prime directive. You never know. We're going to go for a bike ride. You guys are invited. There. Got two good working bikes, which is always a miracle. Tires are inflated. Truck is working. Let's go. Our kids are, they're amazing. Now we're riding along little mini cliffs. It's a beautiful day. We're on Lake Berryessa. You can get to this. There's a public parking lot right back there where we started. You can boat, swim, all kinds of stuff in this lake. It'll be really high this year. Fishing should be great. And this road is the old road. We're going to try and wind along it and see how far it goes. Even though a part of it might be underwater right now. Well, apparently the road disappears into the water here. So I don't know where I thought I was going. I ran into people and I thought that they, before when I was coming the other way, I thought they got onto the road this way. So, who knows? Do you know? The California hawthorn in bud, in bloom. They're all big false lupins ready to, bush lupins ready to go. Okay, we rode around everywhere we could here. We're gonna drive a little bit farther out. The lighting in the day is just beautiful. And that's all we need is high flat ground. Semi-flat. I'll get it. That osprey has a fish in its, you see that? Look, there's a fish in its grip and it's bringing it to its baby. You had a kayak out on private islands this time of year. Might we intrude? See any babies in there? Okay, we have left there. We've driven upstream a little bit towards Pope Valley, and we're gonna come down here. There's public access, and we're gonna get on the road and we're gonna ride downstream because we couldn't seem to get on it from that end. So I'll show you that. And me and Ollie are gonna climb down this gorge, and we're gonna mine this creek with our. I brought a little dinky prospecting pan. Really? You're just gonna climb up there on the edge of that crumbly thing? Go, I'm gonna go head first, Dad. A rock luging with Olive. Really? Why don't you go down the dent, kiddo? See over there where it's like a, you know? Not a cliff face. Look where you were leaping off of. You're like, I can hang on this wire. You crazy girl. I like that you're wearing your helmet still. That's smart.
Yeah, I thought of that. I'm like, yeah, you gotta take your helmet off now. But then I'm like, nah. I ain't gonna do that.
In theory, all this good gold stuff up above that we're looking at, all this quartz. See it here? It's breaking out of the shale. See all these quartz gobs?
Yeah.
So, there's just a lot of it, I noticed. And it was looking really good, and like some mixed up minerals. So, we're gonna work the culvert ditch basically. This is where the road crews in the old days scraped it off, pushed it down here to keep it from eroding out the hillside too bad. There's the culvert that was running through that's washed out this far now. So we'll go down here and we'll work these little pools and piles here. We got some flowing water, so that's all we really need. And yeah, that looks like good stuff. We'll just scoop it from here and check it out. I'm just curious. So, I'm gonna pull some dirt out from right here. Well, not right under the fore tree, but somewhere where it's piled it up. And the only other tool that I have with me, I'm not using a classifier. We'll finger rake for that. But I got my little fold out. Handy dandy trowel. These are actually pretty cool. I've had this on a lot of little adventures. When you have to, it works out for you, and it's a nice little pocket feature. Stronger than a cheap plastic handle one, that's for sure. So, let's go. So, you can see this is big chunks of shale and stuff that I don't really want to bother breaking up, but it's piled up some little ledges here and there. You see how all the water washed over the top of that and didn't rinse that stuff away? So I'm going to try and gather a lot of it up, and we'll see what the heavies are in here. Gold or maybe peridot and garnet, you never know. This is kind of an unnamed little creek running in here to a tributary. So, here we go. Here, pick it up, follow me. Really want to make sure that our material is well submerged, and I'm a real big fan of keeping a lot of water in here at first, and then once you got it down there, not trying to stir the bottom too much. Wash out these rocks real good, because that's where your gold can live. It's stuck right in the cracks on those rocks, because I'm just going to finger rake for classification. So we'll have to do that a few times. Take out the bigger stuff. with our fingers. Is all I mean. I'm gonna shake it. This is where I get violent. Get all rough with it. And then I try and keep the pan angled to where I know that everything's gonna gather in that crack. Because I've already kept it flat and worked it to the bottom to where it's sitting there. I tilt it forward. I'm gonna use this pull here. I'm gonna wash off some heavy. There's some light. That wasn't a very big pan load either. I actually didn't fill it up all the way. I'm going to slide it back, flatten it out. That allows me to shake everything to the bottom. If you can picture that, all the gold's at the bottom. And now while it's still fluid, now I go back and forth. I don't like doing swirls to swirls. When you see people going slosh, 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 I mean, underneath there, every time it lifts up, you can move light gold up. Because even though gold is heavier than rock, it can be light enough to where you're moving it around. So I refine my movements, start off big. Now I know it's at the bottom, I refine my movements down, and while it's still fluid, tip it forward, and with those final side-to-side shakes, so you know all your heavy is sliding to that bottom crack. Now once I've let it sit for a second and drain the water off is another trick. It's actually compacted as the water drains out. And now I'm going to slide the light stuff off the top. Here comes the finger raking again, get rid of some of the big ones. Again, tip it back, flatten it out, tip it forward. Find movement. I like to drain it a little and then let the water slip back in there, and I just start. I don't ever throw the material out of the pan. I let it fall out of the pan with the water. Okay, now I'm keeping it at a tilt because there's so little material. Shaking it, getting all that stuff down into the crack. Remember that we're working just the side of a culvert here, so it might have only stacked up only light material. I don't see any black yet. But you never know. Now there's so little, I'm going to tilt it back, we're going to give it a look. Just pause that. We got a good zoom on that, kiddo.
Yep.
This is Olive Major on her doing all the filming here. Look at this little square that was down in the bottom. Maybe a pyrite. It's definitely among the heavies. We'll hang on to that. And just bringing it down. Our gold would be hanging out there. So prospecting is not when you see somebody walk up and they hit one spot along the way. You realize this entire pile here could be all light material, almost 100% light material, and some other force upstream of you. You know, there might not be any gold in the entire thing. It doesn't mean the stream is bare or anything. You could have huge pockets of gold stuck somewhere else and you're working through the light piles. So you really have to move around, read the water, read the dirt, and try in a bunch of places. I mean, you would want to strike out hard all over. You'd want to have exhausted every try, you know, move up and down a creek and check under all the big boulders, and then if you're not getting any traces, you could call it off. That's what I love about California is you realize the gold rushes that occur in the world are always composed 90% of people who were not geologists or anything before that. You know, they were every other trade in the world, leaving those trades, traveling west, having to deal with being pioneers at the same time that they were trying to collect gold. And those are the people that told us where the gold is or isn't. So that can be, you know, where they did find gold, they definitely found it. But if they said that there wasn't necessarily gold in the creek, that doesn't mean there wasn't. That just means that they didn't find it on that day with their skills that they were using to look. Whoa. So now here's Olive. Her instinct, she's totally switched spots here. If she's headed over here, she's down to some spot. See, this is bedrock that she's working through. So, here, let's get a bunch of that dirt for you, kiddo. That's actually really smart. God, look at all the gems over here. Or minerals, I mean. Look what Hollis found, and she's down here digging. You know where I would go? Right there at the bottom of that waterfall. I'd move some of those big rocks. I'd say, Dad. Yeah. Yeah. And then I would scoop all this stuff out of here. See it? And you're working on the ledges. So all this here is what I was saying could have been washed in and be all light stuff because it's from upstream. Oh yeah, look at these. These are real good. You're on to something here, kid. Look at her. That's a really good spot. She's at the bottom of a... It looks like this culvert broke really recently. Now you notice the water's coming out of the side and running down this way, and it turned off. You can see this was recent and it just shut off.
I'll get more. And
so she's at the bottom of a pool. That's pretty cool. You realize that? This was a waterfall, and the fast water was probably washing all the light stuff away here, and only the heavy could have stayed, just like in our sluice box. And instead of having to dig at the bottom of the water, you found a way to get... That's cool. You like parted the seas. That'd be like the dream scenario. Turn off the creek, I need to dig in the bottom. Okay, I'm excited for her. Let's see. I wanted to show you all these minerals too. Look at these chunks of quartz that she's digging by. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna follow this kid. So, remember to put it down in a pool of water as far as you can get it. That might not be a good pool because it's flowing on you. Can I get you to bring it to this one? This one looks a little bit wider, like a bath more. As still a water as you can get. Take all the heavy to the flat bottom. Can you picture that? Yeah. And in this first shake, you're trying to bust it loose from all that mud and stuff too, you know?
Yeah. That's a cool shot right there.
You're going to try and tilt all the gold that you have on the bottom there. Try just put your hands on either side, one here and one here. And shake it back and forth kind of, and start tilting it forward this way, so that while you have water in there, so that your gold is sliding on the bottom of your pan now, all the way to the front. Good job. Just keep doing that till you feel like you've worked it. Yeah, you need a little bit of time for the gold to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And you don't want to move it so much that you pull it backwards out with your motions, you know? Okay, now that you got it, it's probably all on the bottom, so you can just kind of dip it in here. Yeah, and you see how like when a wave leaves the beach, it strips the stuff away? And you can actually use your fingers, yeah. And you can look at some of these, because some of these can be like gems and stuff that are lighter than gold that will flow out now. You can finger out a little bit. Like 10 pound hands here. That is nice. Use two hands on there now. And then tilt it back again. Full of water. Full of water. Yeah, littler motions as you go along, because the less dirt you have, the less motion. Now you're going to work it all to the bottom and then slide it forward to that dent again as you're shaking. Give it time as you're shaking to work to that dent. And then when you're sure that it's there, just dip it in the water and let the waves take away the light stuff again. You can do that. You're being super gentle, so I do that like 5 or 6 times. And it's actually stripping stuff away. Yeah, you see that little shake that you did? You can actually do just that little shake now. You know, tilting it. You want to always, when you're shaking, make sure that you're shaking it towards that little crack. And then just dip it. You don't have to shake it as much as you go along. You're just going to tilt it towards you and get all relaxed. And use the water. And just kind of, and go slow enough because you don't want to wash it away. And then look at that heavy edge. You know what I mean? As you keep tilting. And look for little bits of gold up here. and use just a little bit of water to wash just a little bit away each time. See how it's doing that if you tilt it downhill? And you want to look in here for the tiniest pieces. Now I might have moved you. You know, you want to look. So you can shake it back to the corner again and then re-swish it out for yourself. And let us know how it goes. Down, and if you look right in here, she got some black sand. That's how little black sand, but that's a lot for her to work out. And there's actually what looks like silver here. Now, sometimes it's fine quartz that'll mix in there. You can't tell till you look at it under a microscope, but there's definitely magnesite and black stuff there. Can I have another go at it? That's pretty incredible. Well, I did a couple more pans. What I got was like basically almost fine broken wire gold. Which makes sense because look at the material. And it's the little fine layers of quartz coming out of there. But I can see that if we set up a sluice and we both shoveled into it for an hour or so, we'd probably come out with a little vial of dust. Look what I found. That's always a good thing. Kid pulls the nugget out. Ooh, look what I found. Hi! Okay. Is it like that? Yeah. Yeah. I found other little pieces of that here one time. That is really awesome. These are hard like little green crystals. I tried to tumble some and it disappeared. Okay, well, we can look for those in here too. So yeah, we're just playing around, having fun. Ooh, look at that. That is like, I believe that's a nugget of jade. Look at that. That is gorgeous. That is crazy. You found more black sand? I found a big, cool chunk of jade. Look at that. Well, California jade. Pretty darn sure. That's some good looking stuff. Nice. It's that type of creek. It's got red cherts and everything else, but might be chert. It's hard for me to tell the difference. This is really clean looking stuff. Oh. Oh man. Look at that. Let's go rinse that off. Come with me, little happy stick. Stick is good luck. It's helping me out. Ooh, couldn't fall in there. That looks deep. River Mama will eat you. Yeah, look at that. That is gorgeous. Wow. Wow. Scout, that just might be a real kind of muddy little lip that goes into a deep pool because this thing will definitely eat a pool there, you know? More black sand.
Yeah.
It is hard to work down to that. I understand, kiddo. That's good practice. Uphill climbs are probably one of the least filmed things because they suck. That was a cute little spot though. Yeah?
Now we have to bike back.
You're cute with your helmet. You want to walk up here and see the old waterfall?
Sure.
You can see the road probably used to go that way. Kasahara, Gary Fisher. That bike was top of the line that day. So, this is Poison Oak. On that side, see all the bear sticks? Yeah. And all of a sudden it isn't, like right here, so try and step between the little ferns. It's not that strong right now anyways. Ooh. Look, looks like this used to be a road. See how they cut it in here? Maiden's hair. Ferns all along here.
That's a big pine cone.
You're getting to be kind of a rare fern in California. You see that's an entire slope of them. An entire slope. These are those layers that, you know, yeah, they're bad for fires, but the diversity of creatures that lives in this bottom layer here is different than the diversity that lives in this next canopy, or the actual high light demanding canopy that's above that. You really can't remove any one of them and then say that you are still holding up any sort of ecosystem or food chain. You know, you basically toss that notion to the side when you start stripping layers out of a forest. So, look at this beautiful little waterfall. Oh yeah, that's cool. Whoa, almost. See, moving farther up the creek, look at these buckeyes. That's what's mostly the canopy above us, and they've dropped their buckeyes. And they're splitting out, so that's like a super big acorn species. Put you up here a little bit, maybe you can hold the bank, see them all. There's one that sprouted a little bit further. There's one that sprouted last year. Beautiful little spot here though. The boot with the sock in it? That's creepy. Yeah, let's look at the board. Yeah, it looks like some old wood. Oh, see how there's no knots in it? No spot where the branches came out? You see the little straight lines, how there's like a whole bunch of them and they're close together? That means it's old. These days those would be like almost a thumb between the grains. What's right up underneath the waterfall? The end of a pipe? I believe so. These boulders of quartz up here. Well, that pipe is long buried, so it's not a new operation or anything. Look, messages from the aliens. Maybe we fit them in here. She didn't have a chance of being normal. Oh, look. This is a little dam. You see the board? That's what your board is a piece of. Do you see that? There's two more. There's another one, but see the way these are laid in here? With that little pipe that was coming out from below? So somebody probably dammed this up and then ran the pipe out. And it may have actually gone out to, you know, some usable thing. I'm tempted to go climbing up this puppy.
Let's do it. That's what I was just looking at.
Just want to see what's around the corner. We're going to go up into the secret canyon even farther. We'll leave our bikes there. Hopefully they'll be there when we get back. Oh yeah, no, it is. Maybe they were. Yep. Maybe you're warned though for a while. Only the high grain is left. It may just be some sort of conservation on this creek to slow it down too, so it doesn't carve so deep. Put little stops in it, and then the gravel backs up instead of carving out. Wow. These are the cracks and crevices of California that I hope are always here. I hope you don't forget that they're here. You know? When you're driving around and things look quote-unquote boring and dull. Look at these little universes. This is just one little creek, you know? Ooh. That is a layer of quartz. Look at that. And then it's coming out of the hill here. Something very cool. Look how tall she's getting. That's crazy. Nice path. Oh. Even farther we go. Look at her. She's just... They grow so fast. Jimmy?
Put one foot on there and one foot on the wall. And don't go any of those stairs.
Okay. You witnessed it here. Tour guide. Olive Major. Olive Fay Major. Nice waterfall, sweetheart. Wow, look, we're really in the belly of the rock here too. What, you found a little path? Look how deep that is. Spooky, kiddo. Wow, you know what this will be killer for? If you remember this in summertime when it's 100 degrees out here, imagine this. That'd be a fun little spot in a shady creek, right? You're going farther? Well, where are you going? Up so that we can go over. It's not a step. Wow. Look at the microcosm in the carpet of the ground here. It's a solid moss, and then you have miniaturized, these are like Cranesville or Storksville or something, and little anemones, or it's like little iris coming out. Ooh. Yeah, I'm standing on a rotten root. See what happens when you follow crazy 11-year-olds through the hills. What?
Just a little bit farther.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that up there.
Don't you want to go over there?
Well, I do, but we could hike all day long up any of these canyons. That's what I'm always telling you. You want to go with me more often?
Step. Let's go.
Just a couple steps on. Look at this rock coming out of here. Look at that. That is that stuff. Oh, it's leading us up to the core of the agate mine. Okay.
No, what do you think of me?
Okay.
Wait, let me go first.
Okay.
Step on that rock. Step on that rock.
Oh, I know. I'm looking. She's telling me how to walk up a creek. Don't go too far right now. I want to get this out of here. Oh, man. There's some really cool looking gemstones up here, kiddo. I want this big green one out of here.
Not lions out here.
There are mountain lions out here.
Not lions, it's just lions.
But what I have found, that puppy up. I don't really have a way to show you right now. I'm gonna keep up with kiddo. But yeah, these little creeks are loaded up with goodness. Careful, there's a big old rock. Awesome. Well, that's what's up there. In the boot with the sock in it. Right under the edge of the brush line in Chemise country this time of year in California. It's a good chance to catch some beautiful little flowers just dazzling out. They'll be long gone by the time all of the hot weather spring flowers start popping. Oh, that's why it's good to check out every little crack along the way. What's to call this one? What was it? Crevice cracking part. She knows it's going to be a long video. Part 1 and 2. You're funny. Hey, hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button below. Helps the quest for details grow. I appreciate the support. And if you double click the bell icon next to it, you'll get a notification each time we put out a new video.